Me again.
So I see. Excellent. You have your uniform. Oh, still the same droid, huh? Shame. On second thoughts, your droid does look rather antique. Are you sure it's up to the task?
This thing has a name?
Don't worry. We're thrilled to be here and ready to work hard.
Good. Waiting for you has already set my schedule back. So trust me, I'm thrilled to see you too. I shall be supervising the area preparations, should you require me. Unless there was anything else.
Tell me something about yourself, T.
I live by a simple motto. Cleanliness is next to Joey-ness.
Catchy.
Do you have a problem with vermin?
Yes. Gangs are attracted to our beautiful flora, but then create a dreadful mess. Those nasty creatures must not be allowed to ruin the Aspiration Gala.
How can they be stopped?
Our fearless vermin robot will make sure they don't get anywhere near the tree.
I could deal with the bird for you.
Absolutely not. The vermin robot is in complete control. And you're on cleaning duty.
I really need to speak to Officer Orana.
Officer Arana is busy with preparations for the gala. She has given specific instructions not to be disturbed.
Are you sure that room doesn't need cleaning too? We won't disturb her, I promise.
No way. I'm still waiting to be impressed by your cleaning down here.
If I was going to get to Arana, I'd need to prove to T that Joey and I were up to the task.
Joey, old pal.
What's up?
That droid is very particular.
Yes, a particularly massive pain in the...
Joey! What is this place?
It's outside, Foster. After the last few years, I'm calling that a win.
Joey, would you mind tidying up around here? We'll need to impress that droid if we want permission to speak to Arana.
Excuse me? Do I look like a cleaning droid?
You look exactly like a cleaning droid, Joey.
Yeah, well, appearances are deceptive.
Look, I know you're not a real cleaning droid, just like I'm not the real Graham Grundy.
Oh, so I should pretend to clean up the area?
No, I mean, actually clean up the area.
Really, Foster? Must I?
Yes, and look like you're enjoying it.
Okay, but you owe me.
Hey. Hey, Joey.
Yes, 'tis I, your loyal vacuum, awaiting your command.
I need to find a way to speak to Arana.
She's here, right? So let's just go talk to her.
Joey, can you handle all this cleaning by yourself?
No way. We're supposed to be working together.
We are. I find the mess, you clean the mess.
I'm beginning to question this arrangement. Wow, this place sure is a mess.
A pile of pink blossoms had fallen from the tree above.
Keep that water away from my circuit board.
A powerful spray was drenching the tree and everything around it.
Joey, old pal.
What's up?
Joey, could you...
Yes, clean the whole area up. I get it.
An An empty bird's nest had been built in the heart of the tree. A lonely gang in the city. The poor thing looked unloved and hungry.
I don't think that's going to be taking us anywhere.
It was a hand scanner. An intercom system connected to the control room above.
Intercom disabled.
I'd have to get her attention another way.
It's like a home for tiny humans.
No, stop it! You're making a mess! Joey Preservers, what are we to do? This avian invasion is a disaster. Look at the mess! Citizen Graham, to work.
Hey, at least the bird's gone, right? That's pretty impressive.
The vermin? The vermin is gone, but behold this! This looks like a war zone! To work! To work! Remember, cleanliness is next to Joey-ness.
Yes, that's always been my motto. Someone should really clean this thing up. Oh, wait.
A scattering of feathers littered the floor.
Hey, loyal service droid.
That's me.
That droid is very particular.
Yes, a particularly massive pain in the...
Joey! So, to unlock the elevator, I got to impress T.
Let me guess. You're expecting me to do all of the work. Oh, great human master. Grace this unworthy droid with a task.
Joey, let's show this droid your true talent. Get to work on that bunting.
With pleasure. You know, Foster, I think I'm starting to get the hang of... Uh-oh. The bunting's tangled in my brushes. My motor! I think my motor is on fire! Foster! I'm too young and talented to die! Help!
Quick, Joey, stop, drop, and... Look, stop and drop! Hurry!
What's going on down there? I thought this platform was supposed to be...
Officer Arana, I'm so sorry. The cleaning unit I was sent have proved to be wholly inadequate.
The cleaning unit? Hello?
Not what I'd had in mind, but my strategy had worked all the same. Now I could ask Orana about a travel waiver.
Orana! Just the person I wanted to see.
Graham Grundy? What on earth are you doing here?
I wanted to ask you about something. So I came down here hoping I'd find you.
And you decided to get my attention by setting fire to this droid?
A happy accident.
I'm sure that T will clear this all up in good time. I'd better get on with my duties.
Of course. Hey, listen, before you go... Orana, do you remember that missing kid I mentioned?
Did you find him?
Not yet, but I think I have a lead.
Mr. Grundy, I'm just a well-being officer. And I'm really not sure this is at all in the interest of your well-being. I get it. Kid goes missing, you want to help.
But...
This isn't for either of us to deal with. Leave these things to the appropriate ministries. Okay?
So what is this place?
You mean the aspiration platform? It's a place to come and reflect your place in the world. Look up and see how far you've come. Look down and see what's left to aspire to.
So, a place where you can feel superior and inadequate all at the same time?
On the contrary, it's an uplifting, positive space. The perfect place to celebrate Aspiration Day.
What's your role in the Aspiration Day festivities?
I watch over everyone's well-being. It's very gratifying.
How do you do that? Supervise well-being, I mean.
Easy. If everyone is well, then I'm doing my job.
Listen, Orana. I need to ask.
This isn't about that missing Gap kid again, is it?
It was going to be.
People disappear, Graham. Most of them turn up again, no worse for wear.
Hey, what happened to that girl on the roof?
Raquel was safely deposited at the Reflection Spa. She'll be right as rain in a few hours.
At least you got a few hours off work.
Speaking of work, if this place isn't cleared up soon, everybody's gonna miss the Aspiration Gala.
The elevator was on lockdown. What were you doing up there? Not another girl trapped on a ledge, I hope.
Thankfully, no. I just needed a little peace and quiet. Besides, I wanted to do a final well-being check on the equipment. Attention to detail is important, don't you think?
Oh yeah, sure. Nothing gets past me either. So, can I clean upstairs?
After your little display down here, I think not.
So does your job usually involve responding to disasters?
There are no disasters in Union City. Just unpredicted mishaps. Which I am trained to smooth over.
That droid sure is interesting.
T is an exceptional droid.
Seems pretty intense.
Well-being is intensely important, and therefore highly rewarding.
T seems to be having a tough time.
I wonder why.
I was hoping you could get me access to the recycling center in the upper level. Area code E1594. On the industrial level.
I'm afraid that zone is prohibited, unless you have a travel waiver.
I know. Do you think you could authorize one for me?
Why would you want to go to there? It isn't safe for civilians.
It's about the missing child I told you about. I've been following some clues and
Shouldn't that be reported to the appropriate ministry?
I've tried that, but no one seems to care.
I don't know. This is all very...
You've got to help me, please.
Okay. I'll authorize your travel waiver. But be careful.
Got it. Thank you, Orana.
There. I should get back to work. Keep a smile on your face.
At last, I had the waiver I needed. Next stop, Home Crescent Recycling Center.
Joey,
I'm dying, Foster! Burning! Save me! My board! My legacy! My probe! Fire! I repeat, I am on fire! Save me!
The droid shell was on fire. Quite a safety hazard.
Don't worry, pal. I've got you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Just gotta pull this...
Ouch. Be careful with...
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
Take me to the Home Crescent Recycling Center.
Travel waiver accepted. Are you sure you want me to transport you to the industrial level?
Yes, I'm sure.
No one has ever asked me to take them up there before. Mind how you go, Citizen Graham.
The recycling center was located high in the city's industrial level. The place was filthy, noisy, and smelled terrible. If I was right about the tracker, then I'd find Lead here somewhere. But what was he doing with Graham in a place like this? Some of the trash was marked with the logo of Agio City.
What? Who are you?
Whoa! Hello.
What do you want? You security?
No. I'm looking for a guy called Leet.
Well, you just found him. Leet's the name. Tech's the game. What can I do for you today?
It's about a friend of mine. Guy called Graham. I think you know him. I'm looking for some information.
What sort of information?
I need to know what he was doing here.
Listen, pal, I can barely remember my own name. Let alone every Tom, Dick, and Graham that comes through here. I'll have to check my records.
Sure.
But, oh, my head.
What's up? Are you okay?
Arse, my bleeding noggin. Need my medicine.
Your medicine?
Aye, my medicinal moonshine. It's over in the other building. Take this and fill it to the top. Then bring it back here.
And you'll check your records?
I will. You can trust me, pal.
An unspoken deal had been made. Leet wanted his moonshine. I wanted information. The mysterious Leet stood before me. He reeked of alcohol.
Hey, Leet. Found anything on Graham yet?
Nothing yet. Hurry up with that moonshine. Medicine. I'm running on fumes here.
A model unicorn had been made out of plasticine.
area is restricted. You should not be here.
It looked like the stun droid was guarding the whole process. To get to Leet's moonshine, I needed to find a way to disable the droid. It looked like the control panel for the conveyor belt and the crusher. It was a vicious-looking crusher. Surprisingly, the drive cogs were exposed. Well, that had thrown a wrench in the works. Or to be more precise, a crowbar. The conveyor belt jolted to life, then clunked and came to an abrupt stop. The robot was nicely stuck in the crusher. The whole mechanism was toast. How's your head?
'Tis but a scratch. This is your fault. I'll do you for that.
You're trapped in an industrial crusher.
I'm invincible.
No, you're defective.
I had to admire the droid's spirit, but it was defeated. I was struck by a wave of heat and burnt plastic. A blazing furnace lit the room, fed by a series of pipes leading into the roof. The main ingredient of Leet's moonshine appeared to be spankles. It was a rusty tap for dispensing the moonshine. Can't waste that precious moonshine. I filled the bottle to the top. I hoped that would encourage Leet to help me. The flames from the furnace were fierce.
Hi there, Leet.
Oh, sorry. Was away with the fairies there. Any progress with my moonshine?
You're in luck. I've got it right here.
I knew that old security droid wasn't up to much.
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Good man. Now give me that bottle. So, what do you want to know?
So what's the deal with that security droid?
Nasty old rust bucket. Wouldn't he let me near my booze?
Any more of them around?
Not that I know of. I can celebrate now. Got a good stash of booze ready to go.
Simple things, eh? I'm afraid I've got some bad news about our friend Graham Grundy.
Yeah? What's that?
Well, he's dead.
Dead? Oh, nuts. Damn shame. He was a lovely guy. Lovely.
So I hear. Anyway, I'm borrowing his ID.
You are? And how's that working out for you?
Not great. I'm having some technical problems.
Well, you've come to the right fella.
Do you know anything about missing children?
No.
I've been tracking a child across the gap, and the trail ends here, in the city.
Can he help you?
You can't? I'm sure Graham was connected somehow.
Hang on. Did you say you were in the Gap? How did you even get into the city?
Well, I got one of those visitor U-chips.
You've got a visitor U-chip.
Yeah? So?
Is that why you came to see old Leet?
Kinda. I'm having some issues with my U-chip. Can you help?
You bet. It's what I do.
Well, there's a weird security flag on Graham's ID. Maybe that's why I can't access his messages.
Oh?
And every time someone scans my U-chip, they notice the error. A mentor from the Ministry of Well-Being is investigating it right now.
You what? And you came here? You know they can track those things, right?
I, guess.
We need to get that flag removed. Immediately. This could bring down my entire operation.
Right. What do you need me to do?
Quick! Get your hand on my workbench, now!
It was a clamp like the one Ember had on her bench, probably for U-chip hacking. Why is it so tight?
To stop you getting away, you idiot!
What's the cleaver for?
What do you think? One more U-chip for my trade, and 2 more thumbs for my collection. Now hold still, while I focus on your wee digits.
I had to think fast. There had to be something within reach that I could use.
Usually it takes a bit of flim-flam to get someone to part with a U-chip.
I smashed the bottle over the guy's head.
Idiot! Nobody's ever got the best of Jimmy the Thumbs. Until now.
So, you aren't Leet then?
I never said I was.
Oh yes, you did. You maniac.
Everyone's got to have a hobby.
What's wrong with stamp collecting?
They call me Jimmy the Thumbs, pal. Not Jimmy the Philatelist.
Thumbs? That's what you're after?
And the U-chips, but mostly the thumbs.
What do you even do with them?
Just collect them. I like the approval they give me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're crazy. Now, tell me where to find Leet. The real Leet.
He's hiding out. In a place too hot for the likes of you. Folks call it the... Hellfire Club.
Save your riddles, Jimmy. And with that, Jimmy passed out. Looked like I'd have to find the real Leet on my own. I wasn't going to get anything more out of Jimmy for a while. There was a strange smell of almonds. I realized what the unicorn was made out of. Plastic explosive. It was a rubber fish. It was a nasty-looking cleaver. I, human. The gas pipe looked like it fed the furnace below. It was covered in warnings, highly explosive. It was controlled by a rusty-looking valve. The old sign was an anchor held by a hastily fastened cable. It had seen better days. A badly tied cable held the anchor sign to a support beam. The pipe had been cracked by the falling anchor. Gas was leaking out. The rusty valve wheel now lay on the floor. The sign was no longer a hazard, but the gas sure was. The pipe had been cracked by the falling anchor. Gas was leaking out. The light fitting had been ripped from the wall, and the bulb smashed. It was some sort of fuse box or switchboard. The box was corroded and wouldn't open. It was a heavy-duty throw switch. The light fitting had been ripped from the wall, and the bulb smashed. That way is now blocked by a very large flame. The flames had died down, but the smell of burning waste still filled the air. The pipes down here were quiet. No more fuel for the furnace now. Behind the furnace, I could now see a ladder leading up to a room. The furnace was now off.